the vast, silent expanse of the Andromeda Galaxy. Skyler, a man who had traded the mundane for the magnificent, traced constellations on the condensation of his viewport. He was a wanderer, a seeker of the unknown, his ship, the Odyssey, a speck of defiance against the cosmic canvas. He hadn't expected to find anything more than nebulae and the ghosts of dead stars. But then, the anomaly appeared. A ripple in space-time, a tear that pulsed with an otherworldly light. Curiosity, a trait that had led him to the edge of the universe, pulled him in. The tear widened, revealing not the void, but a spectacle of shimmering colors, a celestial garden blooming with impossible flora. And there, amidst the glowing petals, was a ship unlike any he had ever seen, sleek, silver, and radiating a gentle, melodic hum. He brought the Odyssey closer, his heart a drumbeat against his ribs. A figure emerged from the alien vessel, bathed in the ethereal light, tall, with hair like spun moonlight, and eyes that held the depth of 1,000 oceans. She moved with a grace that defied gravity, a queen in her own celestial domain. "Greetings!" A voice like chimes in a gentle breeze echoed not in his ears, but directly in his mind. "You are unexpected." Skyler, momentarily stunned, found his voice. "I could say the same. I'm Skyler, and this is, well, wherever this is." The woman smiled, a radiant dawn breaking across her features. "You are in the Lumina sector, and I am Even, Princess of the Lumina Dominion." Thus began a conversation that spanned galaxies and lifetimes. Even, it turned out, was more than a princess. She was a Lumina, a race of beings who had transcended mortal limitations, their existence woven into the very fabric of the cosmos. She was, in essence, immortal, her spirit an eternal flame. Skyler, a mortal man from a distant blue planet, found himself captivated. He spoke of Earth, of its struggles and triumphs, its art and its wars, its fleeting beauty. Even listened, her gaze never leaving his, a profound understanding in her luminous eyes. She spoke of the Lumina, of their ancient wisdom, their connection to the universal energies, their duty to maintain the delicate balance of the cosmos. Days turned into weeks, measured by the slow dance of alien suns. They shared stories, laughter, and silence. Skyler found himself drawn to Even's serene strength, her boundless empathy. And Even, the immortal princess, found herself intrigued by Skyler's fierce humanity, his passion for a life that was so ephemeral. One evening, as twin moons cast long silver shadows across the Lumina Gardens, Skyler confessed his feelings. "Even," he began, his voice thick with emotion, "I know I'm just a mortal. My life is a blink of an eye compared to yours. But I've fallen in love with you." Even reached out, her fingers brushing his cheek, a touch that sent shivers of pure energy through him. "Skyler," she whispered, her mental voice filled with a warmth that melted away all his fears. "You are not just a mortal, you are a spirit. And I have fallen in love with you too." Their love was a bridge between two worlds, a testament to the universe's boundless capacity for connection. But their idyll was not to last. A shadow was stirring in the void, a darkness that threatened to consume the Lumina Dominion. The Cathar, a parasitic race from the outer reaches of the galaxy, had long coveted the Lumina's power. They were creatures of pure aggression, their existence fueled by the consumption of other life forms. Their arrival was heralded by a chilling silence, a void where the Lumina's vibrant energy once pulsed. Even as princess, bore the weight of her people's fear. Skyler, though mortal, refused to stand by. "I will fight with you even," he declared, his resolve hardening. "I may not have your powers, but I have my courage. And I have you." Even looked at him, her eyes filled with a mixture of pride and concern. "Skyler, this is not your fight. The Cathar are a force unlike any you have ever known." "But they are a threat to you," Skyler countered, his voice firm. "And that makes them my enemy." Their first encounter with the Cathar was a brutal awakening. Their ships, jagged and monstrous, descended upon the Lumina's serene world. The Lumina, accustomed to peace, were ill-prepared for such savagery. Skyler, armed with a Lumina energy blade, fought alongside Even. He was outmatched, outgunned, but he fought with the ferocity of a cornered lion. He saw Even unleash her powers, streams of pure light erupting from her hands, repelling the Cathar. But for every one they defeated, 10 more emerged. During a desperate retreat, a Cathar warrior lunged at Even, its claws extended. Skyler, without a second thought, threw himself in front of her. The creature's claws raked across his chest, tearing through his uniform, drawing blood. Even cried out, her power flaring, obliterating the Cathar. She rushed to Skyler's side, her hands glowing as she healed his wounds. "Skyler, why?" He coughed, a ragged sound. "Because you are my spirit, Even, and I will always be your shield." The Cathar invasion was relentless. The Lumina Dominion, once a beacon of light, was now shrouded in darkness. Their numbers dwindled, their hope fading. Skyler, witnessing this despair, felt a fire ignite within him. He realized that brute force alone would not win this war. He remembered the stories Even had told him, of the Lumina's connection to the universal energies, of their ability to channel cosmic power. He also remembered his own unique connection to his home world, Earth, a planet teeming with life and raw, untamed energy. "Even," he said, his eyes blazing with a new understanding. "We need to do more than just fight them. We need to understand them, and we need to use the universe's energy against them." Even, though weary, listened intently. "What do you mean?" "The Cathar are a parasitic force," Skyler explained. "They feed on energy. But what if we could overload them? What if we could channel the raw energy of creation, the very essence of life, and force-feed it to them?" It was a dangerous, audacious plan. It would require Skyler to tap into a power he didn't fully understand, a power that could consume him. But he was willing to risk everything. Even, seeing the unwavering conviction in his eyes, agreed. Together, they devised a strategy. Skyler would act as the conduit, drawing energy from the Lumina's sacred nexus, a place where the veil between dimensions was thinnest. Even would amplify his power, guiding the cosmic torrent. The final battle took place on the Cathar flagship, a colossal, obsidian monstrosity that dwarfed even the Odyssey. The Lumina forces, led by Even, engaged the Cathar in a desperate struggle, buying Skyler precious time. Skyler stood at the heart of the Lumina nexus, his body trembling as he opened himself to the cosmic flow. Energy surged through him, a symphony of starlight and nebulae, of creation and destruction. He felt the universe breathe, its vast power coursing through his veins. He saw Even on the battlefield, her face etched with concentration, her hands raised, channeling his amplified energy towards the Cathar. The Cathar, sensing the immense power, turned their attention to Skyler. But Skyler was no longer just a mortal man. He was a conduit, a bridge between worlds. He was spirit man, infused with the very essence of the cosmos. He unleashed the torrent, a blinding wave of pure energy that washed over the Cathar fleet. The Cathar screamed, their forms contorting as the overwhelming energy consumed them from within. Their ships, once formidable weapons, dissolved into dust, their parasitic existence extinguished. The Lumina Dominion was saved. Exhausted, Skyler collapsed, the cosmic energy receding, leaving him weak but alive. Eve rushed to his side, her luminous eyes filled with tears of relief and love. "You did it, Skyler," she whispered, her voice trembling. "You saved us all." He smiled, a weak but genuine smile. "We did it, Eve. Together." In the aftermath, Skyler was hailed as a hero. He was no longer just a mortal man. He was Spirit Man, the one who had faced the darkness and emerged victorious. The Lumina, forever grateful, offered him a place among them, a chance to live a life of immortality. But Skyler, though he loved Eve dearly, chose a different path. He had tasted the infinite, but he also remembered the finite beauty of Earth, the simple joys of mortal life. "I will always be your spirit man, Eve," he said, holding her close. "But my spirit belongs to the journey, to the exploration, to the challenges that shape us. I will return to Earth, to share what I have learned, to inspire others to find their own inner strength." Even though her heart ached at the thought of their separation, understood. Their love was not bound by distance or time. It was a cosmic bond, an eternal flame that would continue to burn, no matter the galaxies that lay between them. Skyler, with a final embrace, returned to the Odyssey, the Stardust engine humming its familiar lullaby. He looked back at the Lumina Dominion, a shimmering jewel in the vast expanse. He carried with him the memories of love, of battle, and of the extraordinary power that lay dormant within every living being, waiting to be awakened. His journey was far from over. It was merely the beginning of a new legend, the legend of Spirit Man. This is not just a love story. It is the birth of a legend. Eve resided in a galaxy where light was not merely a phenomenon, but a consciousness. It was a realm of nebulae that pulsed with ancient wisdom, of stars that sang harmonies understood by the very fabric of existence. Here, time flowed differently, a gentle current rather than a rushing river. Immortality was not a burden, but a state of being, a deep, abiding peace. The inhabitants, beings of pure energy and stardust, moved with an ethereal grace, their thoughts echoing across cosmic distances, their very presence a testament to eons of celestial evolution. On a small, vibrant planet called Earth, a mortal man named Skyler felt a pull. It was not a physical force, but a deep, resonant hum within his soul, a yearning for something beyond the mundane. He was an astronomer, his nights spent gazing at the distant, indifferent stars, yet lately they seemed to call to him, their faint twinkles igniting a forgotten melody in his heart. This cosmic siren song grew stronger, more insistent, until one night, as he stood on a windswept hill, the sky above him shimmered, not with starlight, but with an invitation. A vortex of iridescent hues opened, and with a gasp, Skyler was drawn in, leaving behind the familiar world for an unknown destination. He arrived not with a crash, but a gentle descent, as if being cradled by the very air. The disorientation was profound, a dizzying sensation of being unmoored from reality. Yet as his senses cleared, awe washed over him. He stood on a crystalline plain, beneath a sky painted with colors he had never imagined. Nebulae swirled like celestial artworks, their light casting an otherworldly glow. Stars, impossibly close, seemed to wink with sentience. He was in a place of unparalleled beauty, a testament to a universe far grander than he had ever conceived. Then she appeared, a figure of breathtaking luminescence, cloaked in a sapphire light that seemed to emanate from within her very being. She moved with a fluidity that defied gravity, her form a silhouette against the cosmic tapestry. Even, she was an immortal princess, a guardian of this ancient galaxy, her presence radiating a calm power, a wisdom that had witnessed the birth and death of countless suns. Her eyes, deep pools reflecting the starlight, fixed upon Skyler, a mortal lost in their eternal domain. A moment of profound silence stretched between them, filled only by the silent hum of the universe. Skyler, his heart pounding a rhythm alien to this realm, found his voice, a fragile sound in the vastness. Where am I?" he managed, his voice raspy with wonder and a touch of fear. Evan's gaze was gentle, yet piercing. "You are in the heart of the cosmos, mortal, and you are here because the universe willed it so." Her voice was like the chime of distant stars, melodic and resonant. Skyler blinked, trying to reconcile the impossible reality before him. The universe willed it. I felt a pull, a calling. "That was the echo of your own longing," Even replied, a hint of a smile gracing her luminous lips. "You sought what lay beyond your sky, and the cosmos answered. But it is rare for one of your kind to traverse such distances." "My kind?" Skyler echoed, looking down at his hands, suddenly feeling acutely aware of his mortality, his flesh and bone, amidst this ethereal realm. "I'm from Earth, a planet called Earth." Even nodded slowly, her sapphire cloak shimmering. "Earth, a young world, vibrant with nascent life. I have observed it. It is a place of passion and of sorrow, of great potential." She took a step closer, her light intensifying, bathing Skyler in its gentle warmth. "And you, Skyler of Earth, you carry a unique resonance, a frequency that harmonized with the ancient song of this galaxy." Skyler felt a strange sense of recognition, as if he had known her, or at least the essence of her, for a long time. "I don't understand. How can I be here? How can you see me?" "Understanding comes in time," Even said, her eyes holding his. "And seeing is not always with the physical eye. You are a ripple in the cosmic ocean, Skyler, and I, it seems, have felt your arrival." There was a profound curiosity in her gaze, an ancient being encountering something utterly new, yet strangely familiar. The mortal, so fragile and fleeting, yet possessing a spark that had reached across the immensity of space. And the immortal, ageless and wise, finding herself drawn to the earnest wonder in the eyes of this stranger from a distant world. The air between them crackled with an unspoken connection, a beginning that transcended the vastness of their origins. Skyler must return to Earth, but Even gives him a pendant of protection and a promise. "When the stars call again, I will find you." Back on Earth, Skyler struggles, poverty, isolation, rejection. But he remembers her. Her light guides him. One night, a meteorite crashes near him. Drawn to it, Skyler touches the stone, and it pulses with cosmic energy. He absorbs its power, visions, strength, spiritual clarity. The mortal became more than man. He became spirit. Skyler begins to help others, healing, protecting, awakening truth. Even returns, drawn by the energy he now carries. Their reunion is radiant. She sees what he has become. You are no longer just Skyler. You are Spirit Man. Together, they gaze into the stars. A portal opens, the beginning of their shared mission. Skyler and Even is taken by the portal to an eternal realm where both Skyler, a mortal, and Even, an immortal princess, begin to have supernatural adventures and meet other civilizations that are highly advanced, which each encounter changes both Skyler and Even into supernatural beings. The shimmering portal pulsed. The shimmering portal pulsed, its ethereal glow casting strange shadows on the damp cave walls. Skyler and Even, hearts still pounding from their recent adventure, stepped back through, expecting the familiar, if slightly unsettling familiarity of their own world. Instead, the portal flared with an intensity they hadn't witnessed before, and with a disorienting lurch, they were pulled forward, not back. The sensation was akin to being submerged in warm, effervescent water, yet they remained inexplicably dry. Lights, impossibly bright and yet soft, bloomed around them, illuminating a vast, cavernous space. They were no longer in a cave, but in a grand hall, carved from what looked like polished obsidian, inlaid with glowing veins of sapphire and emerald. The air hummed with a gentle energy, and the scent was of salt, ozone, and something floral, utterly alien. Before them, two figures emerged from the shimmering light. They were tall, regal, and undeniably aquatic in their origin, yet possessed a grace that transcended their otherworldly forms. The male figure was crowned with an intricate headdress of bioluminescent coral, his skin a deep, iridescent blue that shifted with the light. His eyes, large and intelligent, held a wisdom that spanned millennia. Beside him, the female figure was adorned with flowing, translucent fins that shimmered like moonlight on water, her skin a pearlescent white, her expression serene and welcoming. "Welcome, Skyler and Even," a voice resonated, not from their mouths, but directly into their minds, a harmonious blend of their own thoughts and a melodic, resonant tone. "We have observed your brave endeavors on the surface world. Your courage and resourcefulness have not gone unnoticed." Skyler, ever the pragmatist, managed to stammer, Who are you? Where are we?" The male figure inclined his head, a gesture of ancient courtesy. "I am King Thalassa, and this is my consort, Queen Coralia. You stand within the heart of Aquilon, our subterranean realm, a sanctuary for the ocean dwellers." Queen Coralia's voice, softer but no less commanding, echoed in their minds. "The portal, a bridge between worlds, recognized your valor. It brought you to us, not as intruders, but as honored guests. Your actions to protect your planet, to maintain its delicate balance, have earned you our respect." Even, his eyes wide with wonder, finally found his voice. "Ocean dwellers, we had no idea. We thought, well, we didn't know there was anything like this beneath the ocean." King Thalassa gestured with a hand that seemed to flow like water, and the obsidian walls around them shifted, revealing panoramic views of a breathtaking city. Towers of crystal spiraled towards an unseen ceiling, connected by bridges of light. Schools of luminous fish, far larger and more vibrant than any Skyler and Even had ever seen, glided through crystalline waterways. Intricate machinery, powered by what seemed to be harnessed bioluminescence and geothermal energy, hummed with quiet efficiency. Our civilization predates yours by many cycles, King Thalassa explained. We retreated beneath the waves to foster a society of peace and technological advancement, free from the conflicts that have often plagued the surface. Our technology is different. It is born from the ocean's embrace, attuned to its rhythms and energies. Skyler, regaining some of his composure, pointed to a sleek, silent vessel gliding through one of the waterways. What is that? It looks incredible. That is a hydroglider, Queen Coralia replied. It uses focused sonic waves to propel itself through the water with minimal disruption. Our transportation, our energy, our very way of life is integrated with the natural forces of our environment. They were led through the city, a journey that felt like stepping into a dream. They saw chambers where ocean dwellers tended to glowing gardens of kelp that produced pure oxygen, vast libraries filled with crystalline data storage devices, and laboratories where scientists studied the intricate ecosystems of the deep sea. The technology was seamless, organic, and awe-inspiring. It was a world built on harmony, not conquest. We have observed your world with great interest, King Thalassa continued. Your struggles, your triumphs, your capacity for both destruction and creation. We believe there are lessons to be learned from each other. Even, who had been silently absorbing everything, finally asked, "You said you recognized our heroic endeavors. You mean, you saw what we did with the anomaly?" Queen Coralia smiled, a gentle ripple across her face. We felt its disturbance. The energy surge was significant. Your ability to contain and neutralize it without causing further harm was a testament to your advanced understanding, even with your comparatively nascent technology. Skyler felt a surge of pride, quickly followed by a wave of humility. We were just trying to fix things. We didn't know what we were dealing with, not really. We just did what we had to. And that is the essence of heroism, King Thalassa stated, to act, even in the face of the unknown, for the greater good. Your world faces many challenges, Skyler and Even. Perhaps, with our knowledge and your spirit, we can find ways to assist each other. He led them to a central chamber, where a colossal, pulsating orb of light floated in the center. Veins of energy coursed through it, connecting to the surrounding city. This is the heart of Aquilon. It is the source of our power, our lifeblood. It allows us to maintain our environment, to harness the ocean's energy, and to communicate across vast distances. Skyler and Even approached the orb, feeling its warmth and power radiating outwards. It was unlike anything they had ever experienced. "We have much to discuss," King Thalassa said, "about the balance of your world, about the threats that emerge from the unknown. We believe your encounter with the anomaly was not an isolated incident. There are other forces at play, forces that could threaten both our realms." Queen Coralia added, "We have observed patterns, anomalies in the fabric of reality itself. Your world is a nexus, a point where such disturbances can manifest. We have the means to study these phenomena, to understand them. You have the courage to confront them." Skyler looked at Even, a silent understanding passing between them. Their journey had taken an unexpected turn, leading them to a civilization beyond their wildest dreams, a civilization that seemed to share their concerns for the planet. "We're ready to listen," Skyler said, his voice firm. Even nodded. "Whatever we can do to help, we will. We've seen what can happen when things go wrong. We don't want that for our world, or for yours." King Thalassa and Queen Coralia exchanged a glance, their eyes conveying a deep sense of shared purpose. "Then let us begin," King Thalassa said. "The future of both our worlds may depend on the alliance we forge today." As the ocean dwellers began to share their knowledge, revealing the intricate workings of their advanced civilization and the potential threats that loomed, Skyler and Even knew their adventure had just entered a new, more profound chapter. The portal had not just brought them to a new place, but to a new understanding of the universe and their place within it. The finale of their first episode was not an ending, but a spectacular beginning.